Imagine driving through a quiet, picturesque town, its streets lined with charming homes, white picket fences, and waving neighbors. At first glance, it's the perfect slice of Americana, a place where life seems simple and safe. But beneath the surface of some of these seemingly serene communities lies a darkness that defies their outward appearance. These small towns, with populations often no greater than a few thousand, are home to violent secrets, unsolved mysteries, and shocking crime rates that rival those of America's largest cities. What makes these towns so notorious? Is it their isolation breeding a sense of lawlessness? Or perhaps the close-knit nature of such places allows for sinister deeds to go unnoticed for far too long? From unsettling tales of brutal murders to unexpected rises in violent crime, these quiet corners of America tell stories far removed from the idyllic image their names conjure. Visitors and residents alike may feel the pull of these towns' charm, but whispers of danger echo through their streets, turning the dream of small-town life into a chilling nightmare. Brace yourself as we uncover the top 10 most violent small towns in America, where behind the friendly facade lies a dark and terrifying reality. 1. Henderson, North Carolina. Henderson, a small town in North Carolina, has gained notoriety for its high crime rates despite its deep historical roots and cultural significance. Located in Vance County, this town, which is home to just over 15,000 residents, has become one of the most dangerous small towns in the United States. The crime statistics reveal a concerning trend, with approximately 15 violent crimes occurring per 1,000 residents. These numbers place Henderson in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. The violent crime rate in Henderson is drastically higher than both the state and national averages, creating a palpable sense of insecurity among its residents. Violent crimes, including armed robberies, aggravated assaults, and homicides, are unsettlingly common in the area. Underlying social and economic issues, such as poverty and unemployment, seem to play a significant role in contributing to these high crime rates, as they can foster environments of instability and hardship that may lead to criminal behavior. Henderson's struggles with violent crime overshadow its historical and cultural heritage. Once a thriving hub for tobacco farming and trade, the town possesses a rich history that remains evident through its charming architecture and traditional Southern atmosphere. However, the decline of the tobacco industry over the decades has left the town grappling with economic challenges, which may have exacerbated some of the modern issues it faces. Local authorities and community leaders are working to improve safety and reduce crime in Henderson. Initiatives such as neighborhood watch programs, increased law enforcement presence, and community engagement projects aim to rebuild trust and create a safer environment for the town's residents. While these efforts show promise, there is still a long way to go in reversing the negative perception of Henderson as a dangerous place to live. Despite its challenges, Henderson remains a community with a proud history and a resilient spirit. By addressing the root causes of crime and fostering economic development, there is hope for a brighter and safer future for this North Carolina town. 2. Columbus, New Mexico. Columbus, New Mexico is a small border town that has gained notoriety for significant organized crime activity, contributing to its place among the most violent small towns in America. Situated just 3 miles from the Mexican border, the town's proximity to the international boundary has made it a hotspot for illicit activities such as drug smuggling and firearm trafficking. Criminal organizations exploit its location to establish networks that funnel narcotics and weapons across the border, making Columbus a risky area not only for its residents but also for neighboring regions. The town's history has not been without scandal. A high-profile case in 2011 saw local officials, including the mayor and police chief, implicated in a gun smuggling ring, highlighting the deeply rooted corruption linked to organized crime. The scandal revealed how powerful crime networks infiltrated local governance, exacerbating security issues in the community. These revelations cast Columbus into the national spotlight and served as a stark reminder of how border towns can become entangled in transnational criminal enterprises. Columbus also struggles with resource shortages and limited law enforcement, making it difficult to combat the growing tide of crime. With a small population and few police officers to patrol the area, criminals often take advantage of the lack of oversight. Although federal agencies like the DEA and Border Patrol work in conjunction with local authorities, the scope of the issues often surpasses the available resources. The presence of organized crime has left its mark on the daily lives of Columbus's residents. Fear and insecurity have become a pervasive part of the community's fabric, with many wary of violence spilling into the streets. Efforts to revitalize the area face numerous challenges due to the ongoing criminal activity and reputational damage that scars the small town. Despite its culturally rich history and picturesque surroundings, the shadow of violence continues to haunt Columbus, solidifying its place on the list of the most violent small towns in the United States. For Columbus to transform its reputation, a concerted effort involving law enforcement, community action, and federal support is critical. 3. Dillingham, Alaska. Dillingham, Alaska is a small, remote town with a population of just under 2,500 people, located in the southwestern part of the state. Despite its breathtaking natural scenery and historical significance as a hub for the fishing and canning industry, Dillingham has gained notoriety for its high rate of violent crime, specifically assaults. This makes it one of the most violent small towns in America, a surprising statistic given its sparse population. The town's economy revolves heavily around fishing, with Dillingham serving as a gateway to the rich salmon fisheries of Bristol Bay. The historical canneries in the area are a testament to its long-standing relationship with the fishing industry and the economic dependence of its residents on this natural resource. However, the remote and isolated nature of the area, coupled with limited job opportunities outside of seasonal fishing, may contribute to the social and economic challenges faced by the community. Studies have shown that communities with high unemployment and limited economic diversity often experience elevated crime rates, as some individuals may resort to illegal activities in response to financial stress or lack of opportunities. A significant contributor to Dillingham's high assault rate is the prevalence of substance abuse in the region. Alcohol abuse is a documented problem in many small, rural Alaskan communities, and it has been linked to a rise in domestic violence and other violent crimes. Resources for addressing mental health and addiction-related issues are limited in such areas, creating a cycle that can be hard to break. Furthermore, law enforcement in small, remote towns like Dillingham faces unique challenges. Long response times and a shortage of adequately trained officers contribute to difficulties in controlling violent situations and maintaining order. While Dillingham may offer stunning landscapes and a strong cultural connection to its fishing heritage, the challenges it faces underscore a deeper need for investment in social support systems, economic diversification, and enhanced law enforcement resources. Without addressing these underlying issues, the cycle of violence is likely to persist, continuing to overshadow the community's rich history and natural beauty. 4. Lumberton, North Carolina. Lumberton, North Carolina is a small town with a population of approximately 20,000 residents, known for its quaint appearance and proximity to the Lumber River. However, beneath its seemingly peaceful exterior lies a troubling reality. Lumberton contends with a high poverty rate coupled with widespread violent crime. This combination has earned the town a spot on the list of the most violent small towns in America. One of the starkest issues faced by Lumberton is the prevalence of poverty. With nearly 30% of its residents living below the poverty line, the economic strain has a direct correlation to its crime rate. Communities plagued by poverty often experience a lack of resources, opportunities, and infrastructure, which can lead to desperation and an uptick in criminal behavior. Lumberton's economic struggles are not just a challenge for individuals and families, they also impose burdens on local law enforcement and community organizations striving to improve the area. Violent crime, in particular, is a significant concern in Lumberton. The town has consistently reported crime rates well above the national average, with offenses ranging from aggravated assaults to homicides. One of the most harrowing aspects of Lumberton's grim reputation is its series of unsolved murders, which have haunted the community for years. These cases gained national attention in 2017, when a string of suspicious deaths highlighted the town's deeply rooted criminal challenges. The lack of closure for victims' families has not only perpetuated fear but also eroded trust in the local justice system. Lumberton's challenges are compounded by its location along major highways, including Interstate 95, which facilitates transient crime such as drug trafficking. The town's accessibility has made it a hotspot for illegal activities that contribute to the overall instability of the community. Despite these obstacles, efforts are underway to address violent crime and economic disparities within Lumberton. Local authorities, nonprofits, and community leaders are working together to create initiatives centered on safety, education, and economic development. While the road to recovery is far from easy, there remains hope that Lumberton can one day shed its reputation as a violent small town and offer a brighter future for its residents. 5. Donovan, Missouri. Donovan, Missouri is a small and isolated town that has developed a reputation for its unusual and often disturbing crime stories. Despite its modest population, this town stands out as one of the most violent small towns in America. The crime rate in Donovan is alarmingly high, particularly when it comes to violent offenses such as assault, robbery, and even cases of homicide. The disproportionate level of violent crime compared to its size has left many questioning the roots of the issue in this obscure community. Residents of Donovan have often expressed concerns about the pervasiveness of criminal activities that overshadow daily life. Lack of economic opportunities, limited law enforcement presence due to the town's small-scale infrastructure, and social instability are cited as some of the factors contributing to the troubling crime statistics. The unemployment rate in Donovan is higher than the national average, and with fewer opportunities for younger residents, the town has seen a rise in gang-related activity and drug-related crimes, which feed into the cycle of violence. Adding to the mystery of Donovan's reputation is the bizarre nature of many of its crime stories, which have occasionally garnered national attention. Incidents involving strange motives or intricate, puzzling schemes have brought an eerie character to smaller-scale yet deeply troubling criminal acts. Law enforcement officials frequently face challenges concerning resources, making efforts to reduce these incidents particularly difficult. The seeming lawlessness in certain neighborhoods often goes unchecked, creating a sense of unease for both residents and outsiders. Efforts to improve safety and reduce crime in Donovan have been sporadic at best. Community-driven initiatives aimed at fostering local engagement and improving security have had limited reach due to insufficient funding and infrastructure. Nevertheless, Donovan remains a cautionary example of how even small towns can be plagued by serious social and economic issues that lead to elevated crime rates. For those seeking to visit or move to Donovan, the warning is clear: stay vigilant and understand the challenges that come with life in this enigmatic yet dangerous small town. 6. Osceola, Arkansas. Osceola, Arkansas, a small city located in the northeastern part of the state, has unfortunately earned a spot on the list of the most violent small towns in America. With violent crime rates reaching an alarming 26.5 incidents per 1,000 residents, Osceola significantly surpasses national and state crime averages. Such numbers offer a stark contrast to the town's image as a small and close-knit community. Built around agriculture and industry, Osceola is home to just over 7,000 residents, but crime and safety concerns have overshadowed the town's otherwise rich history and cultural charm. One of the key contributors to the ongoing crime issue is likely a mix of economic challenges and systemic infrastructure problems. Osceola struggles with a relatively high level of poverty, limited job opportunities, and insufficient resources for education and youth development. These factors create an environment where crime can take root, particularly violent offenses. Incidents such as aggravated assaults and armed robberies have become disturbingly common, adding to the challenges faced by those attempting to bring stability to the community. Police misconduct has compounded these issues, further eroding public trust in local law enforcement. Reports of heavy-handed tactics and lack of accountability have created a rift between residents and law enforcement agencies. Without strong community police relations, efforts to tackle crime often face resistance and distrust, making it harder to address both the causes and consequences of violent crime. Despite these challenges, the people of Osceola have shown resilience. Local organizations and groups are actively working to create opportunities for youth, provide community support, and rebuild the trust needed to address crime collaboratively. However, significant investments in infrastructure, education, and law enforcement training will likely be necessary to create lasting change. Osceola's high crime rates serve as a glaring reminder of how economic and social disparities can breed violence. With a concerted focus on addressing the root causes, Osceola could one day reclaim its potential as a safer and more prosperous community. 7. Espanola, New Mexico. Espanola, New Mexico consistently ranks among the most violent small towns in America. With a shocking 30 violent crimes per 1,000 residents, the town's crime rate significantly exceeds both national and state averages. These staggering statistics highlight the ongoing challenges faced by the local community in combating violence and maintaining public safety. Espanola, nestled in the northern part of New Mexico, holds a rich cultural history and is surrounded by stunning landscapes. Known for its deep-rooted traditions and proximity to sacred Native American sites, the town has a unique identity. However, beneath its cultural charm lies a troubling reality of crime and violence that has plagued the area for years. Factors such as economic hardships, a lack of resources, and systemic issues are often cited as contributing to the elevated crime rates. The violent crimes reported in Espanola include aggravated assaults, robberies, and, in more severe cases, homicides. Reports suggest that many of these incidents are linked to drug-related activities and the growing opioid epidemic that has swept across the region. Espanola has struggled with substance abuse issues which have, in turn, created a ripple effect, influencing the high crime levels. Local authorities and law enforcement face mounting pressures to address these issues while balancing limited resources and funding. Community efforts have been on the rise to counteract the violence. Non-profit organizations, along with dedicated residents, are working to implement programs aimed at youth engagement, rehabilitation for addicts, and educational opportunities. Initiatives such as these seek to address the root causes of violence and provide alternatives for vulnerable demographics. Nonetheless, progress has been slow, and many challenges remain. Espanola serves as a stark reminder of the complexities faced by small towns across America struggling to break free from cycles of poverty and violence. While efforts are being made, the road to recovery is long, requiring both state and federal intervention to support a safer future for its residents. 8 Estell, South Carolina. Estell, a small town in Hampton County, South Carolina, has unfortunately developed a reputation for being one of the most violent small towns in America. Despite its modest population, the town is plagued by a high rate of violent crime, particularly shootings, which have made safety a serious concern for its residents. The crime rate in Estell is significantly above the national average, which has drawn attention to the underlying issues contributing to this pattern. One of the distinguishing factors of Estell's crime statistics is the frequency of gun-related violence. Reports of shootings are alarmingly common, with both random incidents and targeted attacks affecting the community. This prevalence of violence not only endangers lives but also creates an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty among the residents. Law enforcement officers in the area often face challenges due to limited resources, further complicating efforts to combat crime and ensure public safety. Behind this troubling reality are multiple socioeconomic factors. Estell, like many small towns with high crime rates, struggles with poverty, unemployment, and limited access to opportunities. These challenges contribute to a cycle of crime, with many individuals turning to illegal activities as a means of survival. The lack of adequate community programs and support systems further exacerbates the situation, leaving many young people without constructive outlets or alternatives to criminal behavior. Additionally, the town's small size might contribute to a lack of visibility and external intervention. Larger cities often receive more attention, funding, and initiatives aimed at reducing crime, leaving smaller towns like Estell to grapple with these problems largely on their own. Residents and local authorities have called for greater investment in education, job training programs, and community development to address the systemic issues feeding the cycle of violence. Despite these challenges, efforts are being made to improve conditions in Estell. Community leaders and advocacy groups are actively working to foster a safer environment and rebuild trust among residents. However, significant and sustained change will require a coordinated effort from local, state, and federal levels to address the root causes of violence and provide the resources needed to restore peace to this South Carolina town. 9 Aniston, Alabama. Aniston, Alabama, holds a concerning reputation when it comes to safety, frequently ranking as one of the most violent small towns in America. Despite its small population of just over 20,000 residents, the city faces significant challenges with high crime rates. Reports indicate that Aniston has a crime rate far above the national average, particularly in terms of violent crimes such as aggravated assaults, robberies, and homicides. These alarming statistics have made the town a focal point in discussions about safety within smaller communities. Located in Calhoun County, Aniston was once known for its historical significance and its status as the model city during the late 19th century. However, in recent years, socioeconomic struggles have contributed to rising crime rates, making it a challenging place for residents. Many experts and locals point to factors such as poverty, limited job opportunities, and systemic issues within the local infrastructure as contributing elements to the persistent challenges. Statistics reveal that Aniston's violent crime rate per capita is significantly higher than other towns of similar size across the country, painting a troubling picture for this southern town. The local government and law enforcement agencies have been working diligently to address these issues. Efforts have included community policing initiatives, crime prevention programs, and partnerships with various organizations to create safer neighborhoods. However, the results have been mixed, with progress happening at a slow pace as violence continues to remain a pressing concern. Despite these problems, Aniston is not without its redeeming qualities. The city is surrounded by scenic beauty, including close proximity to the Talladega National Forest. For those who live there or visit, its historical landmarks and cultural sites still offer a sense of pride and identity. Many community members are actively working toward rebuilding and revitalizing the town, fostering hope that Aniston can one day shed its grim title as one of America's most violent small towns. Still, for now, it remains a cautionary example of the impact systemic issues can have on the safety and well-being of a community. 10. Kabu, Alaska. Nestled in the remote wilderness of Alaska, Kabu is a small town of approximately 3,300 residents located just north of the Arctic Circle. Known for its breathtaking landscapes and indigenous heritage, Kabu is also plagued by some deeply troubling issues that secure its spot on the list. Despite being a place of natural beauty and rich cultural traditions, the town struggles with high crime rates that significantly impact the safety and well-being of its inhabitants. One of the underlying factors contributing to the problem is the severe isolation of Kabu. Accessible only by plane or boat, its remote location means limited access to resources, employment opportunities, and recreational outlets, all of which are aspects that often foster a sense of community stability. This isolation has led to systemic issues, including high rates of substance abuse, poverty, and unemployment, which in turn often escalate tensions and conflicts within the town. Alcohol plays a complex and significant role in the town's challenges. While Kabu enforces strict alcohol regulations in an attempt to curb substance-related problems, illegal bootlegging and alcohol abuse remain persistent issues. These alcohol-related struggles can often lead to violent altercations, domestic disputes, and other criminal activities. The limited law enforcement presence acting in such an isolated area further compounds the issue, making it difficult to effectively control or prevent violent incidents. Additionally, the town's long, harsh winters and lack of daylight for extended periods can contribute to seasonal affective disorder, SAD, and other mental health issues, adding to the emotional strains that residents feel. This can exacerbate tensions among individuals and families, potentially leading to more aggressive behaviors. Despite the grim crime statistics, Kabu continues to be a place of cultural pride for the indigenous Inupiat community and holds significant historical value. However, the systemic challenges faced by this small Alaskan town highlight the complex interplay between geography, economic disparity, and social issues that contribute to its struggles with violence. Conclusion. The top 10 most violent small towns in America paint a stark picture of the challenges faced by communities across the nation. From socioeconomic struggles to systemic issues and the impacts of geographic isolation, each of these towns experiences unique factors that contribute to their high crime rates. While these statistics highlight the severity of the problem, they also shed light on the resilience and determination of the people who call these places home. Efforts to combat violence through community programs, law enforcement initiatives, and economic development are ongoing, but sustainable change often requires addressing the root causes, which include poverty, limited resources, and systemic inequities. These towns serve not only as cautionary tales but also as reminders of the importance of investing in solutions that foster safety, opportunity, and hope for all communities, regardless of their size or challenges.